demand and supply change at the same time. So, to ask the question that we nearly answered just now, let's go back to it. In the market for tomatoes, what will happen, what do you think is going to happen if the state of technology improves and at the same time consumers' income goes down? What do you think is going to happen here to P and to Q? Yes. Right, so technology improves, supply will shift to the right, correct? Yes. And so we've got that factor out the way. And income decrease. What's going to happen in our market for tomatoes? Consumers' income's going down. Demand will decrease. Good one. D1, D1. We've got to show our arrows to the left. Arrow to the left. The entire curve has shifted to the left. The new supply curve, the new demand curve, S1, S1, D1, D1 intersect at new equilibrium position E2. P2, so price is down. What's happened to our quantity? We're not sure if it's changed, but it looks like it's probably not going to change. So what do we call that? We say that's uncertain. That's uncertain. Quantity is now uncertain. We're not sure by how much it's going to change, if it's going to change. So there's a simultaneous change of supply and demand curves. Causes a change downward, in this particular case, decrease in price and an unchanged or an uncertain position in quantity. So then I have to ask you, what will happen if in our market for tomatoes if number of suppliers, I'm putting NS so that we can be sure which N we're talking about. The number of suppliers increases and tastes for tomatoes increase or improves at the same time. What do you think is going to happen to P and to Q in our market for tomatoes? Anyone? Yes, both are going to increase, aren't they? So supply is going to shift to the right because of the number of farmers is increasing. So S1 shift to the right, S1, S1. Tastes are improved for tomatoes. Suddenly everybody likes tomatoes. How do we show that? Demand curve shifts to the right, D1, D1, show your arrows, shift to the right. What's happened? There's our new equilibrium, equilibrium 2. Quantity is definitely up, show with your arrow, Q2. And price is uncertain. Okay. So, we've seen how we can deal with a demand change and looked at the factors. We've looked at how supply can change and looked at the factors that affect supply. And we can now, we've got the ability and the tools to do a simultaneous change of both the supply curve and the demand curve. So if you just draw your axes, understand which of the factors we're dealing with. Is it supply or demand? In this case, this is a demand factor, and that's a supply factor. And if you get those right, you can do the analysis and you can answer any question.